Hello everyone, Fred here. The title says it all. In this installment of TPP Dynamite, I'm going to be ranking all 4 seasons of the American superhero animated TV series Young Justice, going from worst to best. First things first though, if you haven't already, let me encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I post film, book, and TV series reviews. I do opinion pieces on entertainment, news, and affairs. I'm also an author of adult and young adult mystery novels. To date, I've released 3 books: The Women in White, The Lethal List, and most recently, Textbook Murder. They're all on sale now, and there are purchase links in my video description below. With that in mind, and without further ado, I'm going to just dive right in. So, number 4, Season 3. This one is kind of a no-brainer. Like most fans of this series, I was devastated when Young Justice was canceled after Season 2, and I had highest of hopes for Season 3 when it was announced and aired about 6 years later. Unfortunately, Season 3 itself dashed about 90% of those hopes that I had. Season 3 felt like a failed attempt at marrying Season 1's masterful character-driven approach to Season 2's less masterful plot-driven approach. The plot often would slow down to an annoying crawl or speed up to a hard-to-follow sprint just because it needed to in Season 3, and most major developments in the amazing galactic war that was teased happened off-screen. Meanwhile, the cast of characters was way too big, leading to most characters being underserviced. The animation felt way cheaper than in Seasons 1 and 2, and to top it all off, the show's move to a streaming network freed the writers up to essentially turn Season 3 into a woke, anti-Trump political campaign instead of, an actual superhero TV series. Number 3, Season 2. I came into Season 2 expecting it to build on the greatness that was Season 1, but I was mostly disappointed. I was not a fan of the 5-year time skip or of the show's shift from a tightly written, character-driven story in Season 1 to a character-overstuffed, plot-driven, B-list alien conspiracy thriller. The focus was yanked from the core cast characters we'd come to love in Season 1 and foisted upon a less interesting new group of freshmen, causing those original core characters to often feel like guest stars in their own show. The core cast from Season 1 was aged up due to the time skip, and we never got to see their development happen on screen. Meanwhile, because the core characters were presented as being 5 years older in Season 2, they were also significantly more jaded, world-weary, and all-around unpleasant. Number 2, Season 4. It's not coincidental that this season, which is the only one besides Season 1 to focus primarily on Season 1's original core characters, is only surpassed by Season 1 itself in terms of quality. Seasons 2 and 3 often felt like they totally forgot what made this show great in their dash to turn Season 1's beloved core cast into jaded mentors for the less memorable newcomers. Relatively speaking, Season 4 was a correction. It still had its problems, including its tendency to preach versus subtly demonstrate the lessons it was trying to teach. Lackluster animation, too many slideshows of developments hurled at the viewer, major plot developments that happened off-screen versus on, and way too much stalling on the dark side conflict that's been left on back burner for 2 whole seasons now. Still, the season-long mystery surrounding the supposed death of Superboy, the Legion of Superheroes, and ultimately the House of Zod was very engaging, even though the end of that conflict was totally anticlimactic. Number 1, Season 1. This one's another no-brainer. Young Justice Season 1 is definitely the gold standard of the series and to some degree of youth superhero television itself. Season 1 was a smartly written, brilliantly executed, gorgeously animated, character-driven masterpiece that managed to perfectly execute an amazing linear plot across a full 26 episodes and to subtly teach valuable lessons to its target audience without the haughty, on-the-nose preaching style of seasons 3 or 4. I feel like every subsequent season of this show following season 1 has been trying and failing to some degree to replicate the success of this particular season, and that's why this season earned its spot as number 1. Alright, so there you have it, all 4 seasons of Young Justice ranked from worst to best. At any rate, that's just my opinion, let me know yours. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Are your feelings more complex? Sound off in the comments below. Meanwhile, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, click subscribe, ring that bell, and hey, follow me on social media as well. So long.